The break is over, and the Cubs took 2 out of 3 against the Minnesota Twins. We lost one of the games, but we gained more back for the wild card. So we lost a game in the division against the Brewers, but we gained one game on the Phillies and on the Cardinals. So, Cardinals are in third in the final wild card spot now. Cubs are 4 up on them, 1.5 on the Phillies. That's fantastic news. Welcome back to Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. I'm your host, David Butler. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave us a 5-star review and or some comments on YouTube and or any audio platform. Also, don't forget to, check us out on Twitter at dbutler79 and at Born into the Ivy, showing on your screen for a few minutes. And also on Twitter, you can check us out at Facebook, at Facebook, Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. So, all right. The Twins review. Game 1 had Colin Rea, not great. The starting pitching for the series was pretty good. But Colin was the one caveat that was not. He only had one bad inning, but that seems to be a trend for him, where he has that bad inning. This time it came in the third. Cubs struggled big to get anything going offensively. They were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position on Friday night. Game 2, much better. Would have liked to have seen him get more runs, but they went 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Matthew Boyd was fantastic. He shut down the Twins, allowed only 1 run, limiting them to 3 hits and only 1 walk. Offense, like I said, was far better, led by the bottom half of the order with Nico Hoerner, Pedro Ramirez, and Miguel Amaya coming through with a big 2-run double. Game 3, they exploded. Offense had 10 runs after 4, and Shota, he didn't give up a run. He went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 walk, 0 runs, only 4 strikeouts, but that's okay. Excellent start for Shota. Phil Maton comes in the 8th, promptly ruins the shutout possibilities. It is what it is. It doesn't matter, except for the fact that there's an issue with Phil. They said that he's going to try and pitch through the pain, and so that he can be more effective. Do y'all know how hard that is to do? Like, I was not a pitcher. But to do anything through pain is difficult. And it is human nature, after enough pain, to just do what you have to do so you don't have to go through the pain. And I feel like I got a big, high pain tolerance, folks. I mean, I've got 2 rods in my back. I had a major surgery. I've got 3 knee surgeries on my left knee. And it's not a pissing match about who's got a better pain tolerance. Don't get me wrong. But it's human nature to try and avoid pain when we can, right? I think we're just asking for trouble. If Phil Maton is really hurting that much, we just need to sit him. I understand that there's a lot of other injuries, but when he's constantly giving up runs, that's not helping. And it's making Cub fans not like the guy. And I get it. Like, it's not a popularity contest. I understand that stuff too. But it's not fair to him. And it's not fair to the fans. And it's not fair, ultimately, to the Cubs. But mainly, it's not fair to Phil Maton. Maybe he's willing to do this. That's great. That is awesome that the dude is willing to do it. But the front office and the manager and the staff, medical staff, have to step in and say, hey, man, we really appreciate your willingness to deal with this and to go through this and push through it. But we don't think that you're helping us. We don't think that you're helping yourself. And stop it. Maybe they're making it up. I doubt it. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would they make this up? 2 out of 3. I'm happy with it. I was really hoping for the sweep. I think that they had opportunities to have this sweep, but
Go, Cubs, go!
the bullpen gave up a run on Friday night too, and they gave up a run on Saturday. Like the bullpen is going to give up runs. The offense has got to do the heavy lifting, and they didn't on Friday night. And we lost. You know what I mean? The starters, Boyd and Imanaga, they're our best starters, and they stepped up in a big way coming out of the All-Star break. Hopefully, they can continue to do that. We're going to do an NL Central check right now, real fast. The NL Central, we got the Brewers 6 games over. We're 99 games in for the Brewers, 99 for the Cubs, 97 for the Cardinals, 100 for the Pirates, and 98 for the Reds. The Reds have announced that they are sellers. They are 16.5 back in the Central. They're like 8 or 9 back in the wild card. Like, they're not out to do this, right? The Brewers are in first place, 62-37, 6 games over the Cubs. They have the second best record in the majors by 1 game. They are 1 game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. And yes, I still do believe that we are in contention for this, but it's not going to be easy. The Cardinals are 4 back of us, 51-46. Pirates, 52-48, a half game behind the Cardinals. And then we talked about the Reds. Those other 2 teams, like we're in the first wild card spot right now. The Cardinals are in the 3rd wild card spot. The Pirates are actually even now with the Cardinals. When I looked earlier, the Cardinals were a half game up, but I forgot that they were still playing, and they lost that game against Arizona. So it is a tight window for that 3rd spot. The Phillies are 3 up on the Cardinals. We're 4.5 up. Cardinals, Marlins, and Pirates are all tied for that last spot, with the Diamondbacks a half a game behind them, the Nationals 2 behind the other 3, and the Padres 2.5. The Reds are only 6 back of that spot, but are also 8 games under 500. Just not playing well. They know that. They acknowledge that. And I don't blame them. I think they should be sellers. I think it would be the best thing for their program. And see how they can adapt. Look at Arizona. Arizona sold, and they're in the thick of the wild card again now. The Braves sold off last year, and they are 16 games over 500, first place in the East. I mean, just because you sell off doesn't mean you're not going to be contending again next year. So, we do have some injury to talk about here real quick. Ben Brown. He has been asystematic for a few days, but the Cubs will be very conservative with him. But he is going through a bit of a throwing program now. Hobie Milner, Craig Counsell said that he has high hopes and believes that Milner will be back and ready in the beginning of August. That would be fantastic. That would put him out 4 to 5 weeks during that time span for his appendectomy. As long as he can get ramped up quickly enough, it sounds promising. And that would be a huge welcome addition back for the Cubs bullpen. Jameson Taillon is set to be activated and will start the game tomorrow on Monday. The corresponding roster move, I'm guessing, will be Assad going to AAA or Gavin Hollowell. That's my guess. I think Hollowell deserves to stay. You can make the argument that Assad deserves to stay in the bullpen. But that's my guess is that one of those 2 will go to AAA. I'm guessing Assad, if you made me pick. Edward Cabrera do a bullpen session on Thursday the 16th and could throw live BP later this coming week. That is great news. Hopefully, if that goes well, typically what's happened when the guys have thrown the bullpen and then had live BP, as long as both went well, they had 1 or 2 rehab starts. I'm guessing he'll have 2, maybe 3, because of the length of time he's been out. But excellent news. As long as he comes back and pitches the way even halfway, like in between where he was pitching and what we expected. If he's in between there, that'll be great. Daniel Palencia, He has not made much progress and has had to repeat steps in his rehab. Not great news, and not a good. Just bad news, right? Detroit Tigers preview. We got our probable starters on Monday. Jack Flaherty will go against right-hander Jameson Taillon. Jack Flaherty is also a righty. He is 3-8 with a 4.48 ERA so far this year for Detroit. Jameson 2-5 with a 5.19. On Tuesday, we'll have Framber Valdez versus David Peterson. Ultimately, Ethan Roberts will be the opener. I forgot to get David Peterson up on my Fangraph, so I apologize because I don't have his stats. I apologize. Framber Valdez, the dude is 5-6 with a 4.10 ERA. Ethan Roberts, who again will be the opener, 0-2 with a 4.21. Now, if Ethan Roberts is the opener, the planned opener, that means he's coming back, right? So there will be another corresponding move. Again, if Hollowell's not sent down, I'm expecting him to be the one sent down on Tuesday when that happens. So, Peterson for the season has a 6.45 ERA, an FIP of 4.28, and expected ERA of 5.34. He's had one bad start, two solid starts for the Cubs. Hopefully we can get him going here again, and he can get that sinker going against Detroit and really hunker down. You know what I mean? Like if he can just get 5 to 6 strong innings against the Tigers for us, that would be absolutely huge. No doubt about it. On Wednesday will be Keter Montero, right-hander, who is 6-5 with a 3.32 ERA or 3.22 ERA. I apologize. Against Colin Ray, 7-6 with a 4.74. Colin's just got to minimize his bad innings. If he can minimize it to 1-2 runs, 3 at the very most instead of 4, we're going to be in a better position. But I'm going to say that again, that the offense has just got to do their part. Unfortunately, they can't have bad nights for us to win very often. Unless the other two are the ones on the mound, and then it's still not guaranteed. Like, until we get our reinforcements, the trades happen. Because if they don't happen, then I'm going to be all kinds of pissed. And I don't blame the rest of UFPR too. Until those things happen, we got to get those guys brought in and some of the injuries back. But we've got to survive until then. 13 games over 500, going in the right direction. The Tigers are in 4th place in the Central and currently have a 46-53 record. They're 7-3 in the last 10, 6.5 games back in the Central, and 4.5 back for the last wildcard spot. The offense is ranked 21st at 4.24 runs per game, while the Cubs are 5th at 5.02. The ERA for the Tigers is 3.51. They have the 5th best team ERA in the game. And the Cubs have a 4.26, 20th in the majors. That will be a little bit better, but it's not going to change that much after Sunday. Sunday's stats are not in this, right? The starting pitchers for the Tigers, 3.43, 3rd best in the majors. Cubs are 4.48, 21st in the majors. And the relief pitching, 3.82 for the Tigers in 10th, and the Cubs, 4.08, 15th. I know their pitching is good. They have some really good bats too, but their lineup is not long. They have good bats, but they don't have a deep line. So offensively, they're led by Riley Green, All-Star 836, Dylan Dingler, also an All-Star with 836 OPS. Kevin McGonigal, also an All-Star at 806, and Kerry Carpenter was a 734. Their bullpen is led by Kyle Finnegan, right-hander, with 2.11 ERA. Tyler Holton, a lefty, with a 3.21 ERA. And these next two guys have been limited time, but they've done well since they've come up and been part of the team. Jacob Waguespack with a 1.38 ERA, and Brendan Hanafy with a 3.07 ERA. I think Brendan has 13 games. Jacob has 10. So, like I said, limited for these guys, but they've been very effective. The Cubs, in my opinion, lately has been very good at getting to some of these effective guys in the pen that I've highlighted. And when they've come in, the Cubs have been able to knock them around some. Maybe not always get runs on them, but they've been effective against guys in this situation. So, before I get to the players of the week, this was also the weekend that they unveiled the Champions Gate. If you have not seen that, they had the 2016 team in town. They went to Chicago Theater Thursday night. It was really cool. If you haven't gone and looked at some of it, please do, because it was really, really cool stuff. They had a big thing on Saturday morning, and then the team was in the bleachers for the game on Saturday. Another ball was hit to Anthony Rizzo. He didn't quite catch it. Was holding his son, so you got to give him credit for attempting it and everything. He did end up with the ball, so that was cool. And he held on to his son. All very, very cool stuff. Like I said, if you haven't seen much of it, please go look at it. It's pretty cool stuff. Our players of the week, it was just a half week, obviously, right? So minimal stats, but Nico Hoerner, player of the week, 615 average, 615 on base percentage, 769 slugging, and an OPS of 1.384. Shota Imanaga was our starter of the week with 1 game started, 7 innings, no ERA, 0, 6 hits allowed and 4 Ks. And Tyler Ferguson was my relief pitcher of the week because he had 1 game, 1 inning, 0 ERA, but also had no hits, no OPS, nothing. Like, didn't allow a damn base run or anything. So that's why he got that. Don't forget to like us and follow us on Twitter and or any audio platform.
Go Cubs, go!
Go Cubs, go, Paisley. So we're going to show these. Don't forget to like us on Twitter and or on Facebook. And thank you very much. I'm David, and we thank you for watching and or listening to Clark and Addison Born Into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe us on YouTube and or any audio platform and leave us some comments along the way. Have a great day. Let's go Cubs.